Oh my gosh, how my thinking leads to eating, a real world teachable moment, how my lower brain just showed up for me. So I literally just had a webinar last night telling our community about our brand new action plan to success. And I am teaching them all about the lower brain, how it shows up, why it is they struggle to be consistent with the things they want to be. Literally talked about this for an hour last night. I have recorded copious videos on it. I kid you not. This literally just went down in my head. So this is important because you can teach it to somebody else. You can record hours of content. You can create a new program for your community, but you still have to do the work, people. So here's how it goes. Joel's birthday's today. Mine's on Friday. We both want to get carrot cake for our birthday. I'm not even joking with you. This is literally what just went down in my head. My lower brain says, hey, Heather, you can't have carrot cake 2 times this week. That's like 1,000 calories in cake. And then it's like, oh, okay, well, maybe you should just skip it today. Oh no, but then what are you going to do when everybody else has cake? Or maybe you should have something else as opposed to carrot cake. Or maybe you shouldn't get carrot cake on your birthday. Literally, there's a problem. Heather identified a problem. There's going to be 2 times this week I'm having carrot cake. Is that okay? My lower brain kicks in to fix said problem. My anxiety and stress, I'm thinking way too much about this carrot cake. And the funny thing is, if you scroll back, I actually did a video on taking the 2 bites. In that moment, totally forgot that lesson. So then I said out loud to myself, wait a minute, lower brain. There is another option here. It came back to me. I go, oh my God, I'm in the vortex right now. I said, I can buy a piece tonight, right? Don't worry about scarcity with money. I can buy a piece tonight, spend $6 on a piece of carrot cake. I can take 2 bites and throw it away. You remember that video you recorded a week or so ago? And I'm laughing at this now, but just 10 minutes ago, this was like a real issue, people. This was taking up brain space. And I think this is important because what people will tell me, even community members, they'll be like, hey, Heather, I did those 5 steps. I listened to those webinars. I watched those videos that you told us we needed to watch. Now what? Keep going back. Keep working on this. This literally just showed up for me this morning. Your lower brain is showing up all the time to fix the problems that you have deemed to be problems. You stepped on the scale, you saw a number you didn't like. Right away, it's going to go into fixing that. You've got a dilemma. You have to eat carrot cake out twice this week. Dilemma, let's fix it. And this is why I want to share this with you because 1, I am human just like you. I have a lower brain that notices more things about food, dieting, weight-related issues because that has been my struggle from day 1. And I'm just more sensitive to it than somebody who's never had these struggles. I am not exempt from the same work you have to do for yourself. I'm doing it for myself. I'm just probably more attuned at this point. I caught that within 20 minutes of it happening. In the past, I wouldn't have understood what was happening. I wouldn't have been able to identify it as my lower brain. I would have allowed that thought to just keep spiraling and spiraling and spiraling and creating anxiety and stress for myself. And then I probably would have overeaten through the whole day and struggled with this whole cake ordeal because I would have been feeling so anxious and so stressed, okay? So that would have been the ripple out effect for me. And this is important to know, right? So how did it literally all start? How did this lower brain chatter show up for me today? The problem I identified, I can't possibly eat 2 full slices of carrot cake in the same week, because that's just going to be too many calories. That was the statement that showed up for me. What should I do about this? That's the problem. And it's funny, in the moment, I really was oblivious to the fact I even identified a problem. This is what I mean. You can hear information, you can take in these concepts, but you've got to be on constant alert for how it's showing up for you. Just because you hear me talk about lower brain, higher brain, just because I give you these examples and scenarios, it's going on all the time. You have to really kind of hear what's happening in there and be able to identify it. And the quicker you can identify it, And it was so funny. I go, I've got to record this. I'm a teacher at heart. Like if I see an example, I want to make sure I highlight this for you guys. I'm like, I've got to record this because literally half of my walk this morning has been about this dang carrot cake. And it's like all lower brain driven. Like the answer was right there if I had scrolled back through my YouTube videos. Just have to use 2 bites, Heather. Throw the rest away. There's no law saying you had to eat the whole piece of dang carrot cake. But in my mind, that's what I was thinking, right? So how does your thinking lead to eating? It starts with you identifying a problem. I can't possibly eat 1,000 calories worth of carrot cake in a week. That's just crazy. Maybe I should do something different for my birthday. And then lower brain comes in and says, yes, how are we going to fix this problem? And then I spend 10 minutes thinking about it. And anxiety, stress rises, and then guess what's gonna happen? I'm gonna overeat. Like the idea of 2 bites and throw it away was completely shut off from my lower brain. Like that option didn't exist in that moment. Then it clicked. Wait a minute. I'm in the vortex that I tell my coaching clients and community members. Like this is what I was just talking about last night. Do you see how crazy that is? And I love sharing this with you because the one thing I will never tell you, 10 years of maintaining, 5 years of losing, I am not a perfect human being. There is no such thing. My brain works the exact same way your brain works. I'm just becoming more and more attuned to it. So I catch it sooner than later, and I can call it for what it is, and I can kind of chuckle and laugh it off as opposed to taking it so dang seriously. That's the only difference. We're all walking this path together. I'm walking a path, you're walking a path, we're walking together. And I just want you to know you're not alone. I'm here with you doing the same work. I wouldn't tell you to do these things if I myself wasn't doing these things. I tell it to my kids too. Like I think if I say this is a way to do it, I should walk it my own. I should be doing it too. I shouldn't just be preaching. I should be doing. So anyway, I just want to share that with you because that's how it happens, guys. It just pops up. There's a problem, you've identified a problem, lower brain wants to fix said problem, scroll through Heather's YouTube feed to find the answer, even if you're Heather. All right, guys, you have a great day. I will talk to you soon. Take care, and please subscribe and like and share the videos. I think they'd help other people too. All right, talk to you soon.